Imagine a warrior king so powerful that he conquered the mighty Persian Empire, crushed countless armies, and marched his forces to the edges of the known world. Alexander the Great was unstoppable, or so it seemed. But when he reached the gates of India, something changed. The invincible conqueror met a challenge so great that it forced him to turn back. Why did the man who won the world fail to win India? Welcome to Mystic Mirror, where we uncover the mysteries of history and forgotten legends. Today we're diving deep into the untold story of Alexander the Great's invasion of India, his last great battle, the challenges he faced, and why he never completed his conquest. Before we talk about Alexander's Indian campaign, let's take a step back and understand why he was such a big deal in the first place. Born in 356 BCE in Macedonia, Alexander was trained in philosophy by none other than Aristotle. But his true talent lay in war. After his father, King Philip II, was assassinated, Alexander took the throne at just 20 years old. With an army of elite warriors, he set out to conquer the Persian Empire, at the time, the largest and most powerful empire in the world, and conquer he did. Within a few years he defeated the mighty king Darius III, taking control of Persia, Egypt and everything in between. But Alexander wasn't satisfied. His ambition drove him ever eastward, toward a land full of riches, mystery and powerful kingdoms, India. By 327 BCE, Alexander and his army had crossed into the Indian subcontinent, making their way through the treacherous Khyber Pass. His first encounters were relatively easy. He defeated smaller kingdoms including King Ambi of Taxila, who submitted without a fight. But then came his toughest challenge yet, King Porus of the Parava kingdom. There were three major reasons why Alexander couldn't conquer India. 1. The might of the Nanda Empire. Alexander's next target would have been the Nanda Empire, a powerful kingdom with vast resources and a massive army. Some ancient sources suggest the Nandas had an army of 200,000 infantry, 20,000 cavalry, 2,000 war chariots, and 6,000 war elephants. Far greater than anything Alexander had ever faced. His battle with Porus had already been costly. If he continued eastward, he would face an even greater challenge, one that could destroy his entire army. Defeated not by an enemy but by his own army's refusal, Alexander had no choice but to turn back. He built a massive fleet and sailed down the Indus River, fighting small battles along the way. But his troubles weren't over. On the return journey, Alexander was seriously wounded in a battle with the Malian tribe. He barely survived, and his army continued its grueling march through the unforgiving Gedrosian desert, where many soldiers perished due to thirst and exhaustion. By the time Alexander returned to Babylon in 323 BCE, his once mighty army was shattered. And just months later, at the age of 32, the great conqueror died. Some say from fever, others suspect poisoning. Had Alexander continued his conquest, history could have been very different. Would he have been able to defeat the Nanda Empire? Could Greek and Indian cultures have merged even more deeply than they already did? Interestingly, even without full conquest, Alexander's invasion did leave a mark on India. Greek influence spread through art, architecture, and even language, especially in regions like Gandhara. Later, rulers like Chandragupta Maurya, who founded the Maurya Empire, would rise from the power vacuum left by Alexander's retreat. Alexander the Great was a man who dreamed of ruling the world. He came closer than anyone before him. But in the end, India was the land that stopped him. Not because of a great defeat, but because of the sheer power of its armies, the exhaustion of his own men, and the mysteries that lay ahead. His journey was legendary, but even legends have their limits. What do you think? If Alexander had continued, could he have conquered India? Or was his dream always destined to end at the edge of the subcontinent? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this deep dive into history, Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Mystic Mirror for more amazing stories from the past. Until next time, stay curious, stay mystical,